Part 5. The Arctic Ocean. The Arctic Ocean is the only ocean located entirely in the northern hemisphere and is mainly contained within the Arctic Circle near the North Pole. It is the smallest and shallowest of the world's 5 oceans and is almost entirely enclosed by Europe, Asia, and North America. The water can be frozen all year long, although in the summer much of it will thaw out. It is fed by many lakes and streams, which empty freshwater snowmelt into the ocean, making it the least salty of all the oceans on Earth. There it is. Make sure you know what you're looking at. The Arctic Ocean is covered by darkness during its long winter due to the tilt of the Earth and the changing path of sunlight as the Earth orbits the Sun. In the summer, it is the exact opposite, where sunlight can last 24 hours a day at the height of the season. This is due to the path of the sunlight. Study the pictures. Figure out why the South Pole has more light in the winter than the North Pole, and why the North Pole has more light in the summer than the South Pole. The narwhal is also known as the unicorn whale because of the long tusk which sticks out from the mouth. Like the other medium-sized whale in the same region, the beluga or white whale, the narwhal has no dorsal fin. The basic coloration of the species changes slightly with age. Young animals are a dark bluish-gray on the back, but will quickly develop leopard-like spots on the back and sides, which are always on the adults. No one knows why the narwhal has a tusk, and few researchers have ever seen it used for fighting. Maybe it just looks cool? Narwhals are found in the high Arctic seas of the western North Atlantic and make annual migrations as the ice moves on the ocean. During the fall, as the ice begins to form, the whales migrate to the south, and in the spring they return to the northern part of the Arctic Ocean. Part 6. The Southern Ocean. The Southern Ocean has been added to the list in just the past 2 decades. Before this time, all the waters of the Southern Ocean were part of the Pacific, Atlantic, and Indian Oceans. In the spring of 2000, the International Hydrographic Organization decided to create a new ocean because of the unique ocean currents in that area. It should be noted that geographers and the organization itself have not yet agreed on the northern border of the new ocean, and that's still up for debate. There's your picture. This one's tricky because you can't really see the continents, so you really have to know what they look like to know which ones surround the Southern Ocean. Southern Ocean penguins. The emperor penguin lives all around the Antarctic continent and is best known for the males raising the young while the females go off to eat. They also make long migrations from the ocean to their breeding grounds. The basic life cycle of all penguins is similar to most birds. They begin life as an egg, hatch into a chick, develop feathers and fledge, and then grow into an adult. Part 7. The European continent. Each continent and ocean contains millions of different life forms. In this part of the unit, we will discuss the major rivers and lakes, animal life, people, and cultures and countries. This will enable you to have a better understanding of the planet you live on. Europe was the birthplace of Western civilization. After the decline of the ancient Egyptian Empire and the rise of Greece and Rome, the European continent saw exponential growth for hundreds of years. The nations of Europe include Germany, Italy, France, England, Ireland, Denmark, Sweden, Switzerland, Austria, Spain, Portugal, Iceland, Russia, and many others. The cultures of Europe are as diverse as the weather. The countries off the coast of the Mediterranean Sea can have luxurious beaches and sunshine, while the coastline of Iceland can be cold, harsh, and even rocked by volcanoes and earthquakes. Most European countries have their own unique language and traditions and are very proud of their accomplishments in the world. Spain and Portugal are most noted for their contribution to the age of discovery in the 15th century. England is home to the European Financial Center in London. Germany boasts many castles, and the city of Rome in Italy was the center of civilization for more than 1,000 years. There is Europe on the globe. There are many major lakes and rivers in Europe, too many to list here. The Danube River is the most significant river, being more than 1,770 miles long. It begins in the Black Forest part of Germany and ends at the Black Sea. Part 8. The Asian Continent. Asia was at the cradle of Eastern civilization. Asia is the largest continent and is home to some of the world's largest and powerful countries, such as Russia, China, Japan, and India. Like Europe, each country has unique languages and traditional customs. Russia is a massive country that takes up more than 6.5 million square miles. In fact, it is so large that some parts of it are considered Europe and some parts are considered Asia. It is by far the biggest country in the world. There's Asia on the globe. Some animals that are unique to Asia include the panda, the Bengal and Sumatran tigers, the Komodo dragon, and the Asian elephant. The panda's natural habitat is only found in a few mountainous regions of China. They live between 5,000 and 10,000 feet in elevation and feed off the bamboo understory of the forest. There are estimated to be less than 1,600 wild pandas left, while another 300 or so live in various zoos and sanctuaries around the world, most of them staying in China. The longest river in Asia is the Yangtze River, which is located in China. It is the third longest river at 3,915 miles. Part 9. The African Continent. Africa is the world's second largest and second most populous continent after Asia. It covers about 11.7 million square miles and about 6% of the Earth's surface. There are about 1 billion people living in the 61 countries or territories of Africa, making it almost 15% of the world's population. You might be surprised to know that the climate of Africa can range from subtropical rainforests and jungles to subarctic mountaintops that can have temperatures below freezing for much of the year. In between are the deserts in northern Africa and the savannas, where the famous animals of Africa live. There's Africa on the globe. Africa is broken up into 5 regions that are color-coded on this map. The gold is Northern Africa, the blue is Western Africa, the orange is Central Africa, the green is Eastern Africa, and the pink is Southern Africa. Northern Africa is home to Egypt, the site of one of the world's most ancient human populations and one of the longest rivers in the world, which is the Nile River. The Nile runs from south to north, beginning at Lake Victoria in Uganda and ending in the Mediterranean Sea, after winding through Africa and the deserts of Egypt. The Great African Migration occurs in an area of grasslands called the Serengeti. Each year, many animals move across the Serengeti in search of food and water. The Serengeti ecosystem is a geographical area located in the eastern African countries of Tanzania and Kenya. The animals taking part in the Serengeti migration include zebra, wildebeest, impala, and gazelle. And the migration is not a singular event, rather, it is a constant and clockwise movement of animals around the grasslands.